We streaming.
Are we dancing
Yeah.
No, we ain't dancing. Fuck the intro.
Alright.
Fuck that. Alright. Let me tweet this bitch out. Frog balls. Word. Where's my damn Twitter?
I can't really do shit right now, huh?
You ain't taking shit. We live, fucker.
What?
We
I didn't
live.
say anything about taking a shit.
Oh, my bad.
Nando over here snapping on
My
you.
bad,
You
my
didn't
bad.
say anything.
My bad. I thought you said I gotta go take a shit.
Nah, this man was
I said
talking
Cam
about the
Newton
game. He
doing
said
shit.
Cam Newton.
Well, on that note, we're fucking live. That
Yes,
Guy Show, MMA Podcast, Episode 2. Fucking UFC 152 predictions with, as always, your host, JG the Don.
What's good? My birthday.
Oh my god! Siggy fucking Guns.
Well, it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Yo, yo, yo.
And Nando PTG
birthday for
Part-Time
me yet.
Gamers. Fuck you. It was my birthday the 15th. JG's the 19th. Well, you're Virgos, right? We Virgos? You Virgo?
Yes, sir.
You're,
We
well, y'all are
virgins.
That's what it is.
A virgin.
I'm a virgin. I'm a virgin.
I'm a newborn version until I get up in
I'm a
it,
virgin.
and then I'm not anymore.
But, shit. So 152 UFC. It's been a long time since we had a UFC with all this bullshit that happened. So anyway, let's clear the fucking air. I know we were all upset with Jones when this shit happened at first, but now that we've had time to, to relax and to calm down, now let's address this situation and let's address John Jones' decision as fans, of the sport and give our thoughts. What do you? I mean, at the end of the day, was his decision the right decision, or was it, or did he pussy out? What do you guys think?
Stiggy,
For
I want to hear your
Jones?
thoughts first.
Alright, I mean, I think, honestly, I think history would show that you don't want to lose a fight to somebody that you didn't prepare for. So, as far as Jones go, I'm not that pissed that he did it. I mean, I think it was a cop-out, or I wouldn't say he was a pussy for it, but I think it was like, like a, I don't know, bitch move, but I wouldn't call him a pussy for it, but, it was just, but I can understand why he backed out, but I think it was a bitch move on White to cancel the whole fucking thing. That's stupid, in my opinion. I don't think they should have canceled 151. So now there's not even, why didn't they just call this one 151 if that's the case?
Yeah, that was weird.
I don't know.
Yeah. I
They
was
want to
very
erase
confused on that.
151.
Yeah, basically. I remember when I first heard about it, I was very confused because I don't think since I've been watching the UFC I've seen anything like this, like an entire UFC event just canceled off of the main event. And that's not only hurting the main event, that's hurting the people who were under as well. So, like I said, I don't think they should have canceled it at all, and I was very confused. Okay, I understand that Dan Henderson was hurt. They usually have a replacement, but the thing was with the light heavyweight division, and we've been talking about this the past two streams and videos that we have done with the light heavyweight division and John Jones. There's really no one who he could fight, and they were going to put Machida up, but Machida just fought, so. We were saying he obviously cannot fight the very next event since it's so close. So that was a done deal. At first they put him up and they were going to continue 151. Then he backed out. And then here comes Chael Sonnen, who's not even in your weight class. And he's like, I'll fight him. But, how can you just put you up there and after you just lost to Silva again and just have him go for the light heavyweight title? So... And people once again thought John Jones was a bitch because he didn't fight him, but you have to understand that's not fair. and then here comes Vitor Belfort, which I still feel like is kind of unfair. But
To Jones, you think it's
they did
unfair
what
to
they
Jones?
did, and no, I don't think it's unfair to Jones. I think it's unfair to the rest of the light heavyweight division. But like I said, we come to a point where there's no one for him to fight. So what are you going to do, really? So I guess this was the next best bet. But I still don't think they should have canceled 151. I felt like I haven't, or any of us have talked about UFC in a while after that.
Yeah.
It was like a letdown, kind of. But at the end of the day, I understand why Jones didn't want to fight and why they went through all of this mess, but at the same time, they shouldn't have canceled 151, not at all. But that's not all on Jones, though. I'm not giving the whole fault to him, but they shouldn't have canceled it just because of him.
I mean, in my opinion, off rip, Jones is a pussy. In my mind, Jones was a straight pussy. Straight up, dude. I'm like, look, dude, you've destroyed everybody they've put in front of you, and now you scared to fight Sonnen? You know what I mean? It's just like, wow, and then time to relax, time to calm down and reflect, and it's like, I bet he's a champion for a reason. He fights smart. You know what I mean? And he felt that fighting this dude off 10 days, 8 days notice wasn't a smart move to make. So, all right, cool. I'll respect that. But the whole thing about canceling...
you saw what happened with Kimbo.
What happened with Kimbo?
To your point, like Kimbo Slice, that kind of happened to him where, he was, I wouldn't say he was rising, but on what was that extreme, whatever the hell that
Elite
that shit
XC.
that failed. It failed because Kimbo failed.
Yeah.
Elite XC. He was rising Elite XC, and then that guy that he was supposed to fight canceled on him, and they had this replacement dude come in and knock him out in like 1 second, destroyed his UFC career pretty much, and destroyed Elite XC. And I don't think Silva wants to lose to Sonnen and just wipe out everything that he's worked hard to work for. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He'd rather lose to somebody he prepares for.
The thing is, dude, if I was Jones, if I was Jones, I'd have had a lot of money. But if I was Jones, dude, I'd be like, look, and the thing is, what Jones said later on in his most recent interview was that he didn't know that because he said no, the whole event was going to be canceled. Maybe that would have... Basically, dude, we know what happened. We don't know what could have happened or would have happened. But basically, there should have been more communication between everybody. You know what I'm saying? I think if you would have put it to Bones and be like, look, I need you to fight, you know what I'm saying, anyway, but because you don't feel prepared, we're not going to put your title on the line. I just need you to fight so we can have an event. You know what I mean? I think something like that could have been worked on. I think now if Jones denied that, then Jones was a straight up pussy. You know what I'm saying? Because come on now, dude, you're going to get a fight that you don't even have to put your title on the line, and you get to demolish another dude. You know what I'm saying? With nothing to lose. Even if you lose, you don't lose your title. But I felt like there was absolutely no communication. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that actually would have been a great idea. I don't know why they didn't think to do that. Have it be a non-title fight. And if for some reason John Jones did lose, for some odd reason, if John lost, then maybe that person could fight Machida maybe, or they just forget it and just have Machida still fight Jones and for the title at a later date.
Fuck it. If Sonnen did by any chance beat Jones, all right, give Sonnen a fucking rematch with the title on the line. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? That could have been down the road. I just felt like there was absolutely no communication.
Yeah.
That would have destroyed his career pretty much.
You think so?
If he would have lost to Sonnen, that could wipe out all he's worked for to
man, let's not. No,
that
I don't
title
think
of
so.
Badass.
No, man. Why? Because
he's
never lost
on short notice.
Dude, look at Silva. Silva's
Yes,
a monster. Blah 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 blah. He's not undefeated. Silva's not undefeated.
No, I understand.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand that, but if let's say Son, or I can't even say Son. Let's just say who's somebody that's.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think he wants to lose to him if he has to lose. I think that's the point.
He don't want to lose to anybody. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to lose.
He don't want to lose to anybody, but
I mean, I don't know.
I think losing to Son would have been worse.
Yes, because of that bullshit that they were going back and forth. So again, but the thing is, I think if they would have opened the fucking community, look, bro, because of the fact that that event got canceled, dude, you know how many people didn't get to fight, how many people didn't get paid, blah 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 blah. dude, you're telling me that if Jones was in the know of that information, if he knew that information, and he would still say, "Yeah, I don't really give a fuck. I'm not fighting, so you could go ahead and cancel the fucking card." You know, I don't think he would have done that. I don't think that's the type of person he was. I just think that if there was more communication, something could have been worked out. You know what I mean? And the fans would have been, the fans would have been happy. The fighters would have been happy. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't have to skip 151. You know what I'm saying? And besides that, it's not all Jones' fault. You're right. It's not Jones' off. It's not all Jones' fault. And Jones even mentioned this, and it was something along the lines like, "Well, yeah." You know, well then you shouldn't have the card be a shitty ass card with one good fight. You know what I'm saying? And that's truth.
Mm-hmm.
And that's truth. But then, do you?
Yeah, I said that too. You know, that's why.
No, I know you said you
last
wanted to be
3-4
too
cards have
blunt
been
and
absolutely shitty. Yeah, and yeah, you have to have something else that people are expecting, not just the main event every time. At least have the co-main event be another good ass card. It doesn't have to be a title fight every time. That's the reason why people are watching. Fuck that. It's UFC. We've seen good cards before. So I don't know. Yeah, I totally agree.
Well, this dude on the comments just said that Jones
canceled it though, man.
This dude,
Not at all.
this dude in the comments just said that Jones said that he didn't know if it would affect his decision, knowing that the event was going to get canceled. It's shit like that Jones be saying that makes me want to smack that dude with a bat, because that he's a badass fighter, so you can't just smack him. You know what I'm saying? And run. You know what I'm saying? You gotta like hit that dude with a bat. But I mean, the dude just comes off like a straight up asshole. You know? I don't know. This whole thing, it did not help his persona at all. It did not help his fan club. It didn't help him at all, besides making sure that he didn't lose a fight. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, as a champion, dude, you got to be ready to go in. I mean, I don't know. It's more like a loyalty. It's more like a pride thing. But you're right. He was smart. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, even though it was smart, dude, it was still pussy. I don't give a fuck. It was pussy. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And no, but the truth of the matter is,
I mean,
the majority of people, the majority of fans, that's the way they're going to look at it. Let's be real. The majority of fans, that's the way they're going to look at it.
It was like immediate. Like, I was on Twitter during the whole thing. People were literally pissed. They were like, "Fuck John Jones. He shouldn't have did this. Blah blah blah. He should have known that this was going to happen." And like you say, you know, he didn't know. And this really made him look like a bad guy. And all this time, John Jones has, you know, he's been really nice. He's been a really nice guy in the media. You know, even though he did win this title, and he's gotten slightly cocky. But that all comes with the title and responsibility. Yeah, he's gotten slightly cocky, but no one really expected anything like this. But it seems like at the same time they were waiting on something like this to happen just so they can be like, "Oh, John Jones is the bad guy now, so we really want him to lose the title."
Well, remember, he
just
lost.
Having all of this happen just confirmed it.
Remember this. He lost his perfect image when he got the fucking Dewey, when he got that DUI. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I didn't give a fuck about it, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's his problem. You drink and drive. I mean, hopefully you don't kill nobody and whatever. But it wasn't like, oh my God, it wasn't a deal breaker for me. You know what I'm saying? But what I started seeing, when I started to have a certain opinion, a negative opinion on him, was, I think it started, if not before, right at the point where he fought Machida. He fucking knocked him out. Not knocked him out, but he whatchamacallit?
Choked him out.
He choked him out, and then he just let him fall. That was some fucked up shit. And it wasn't even. I don't know. He came off wrong, because not only did he drop him, but he walked away like, yeah, and what? You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't know.
What are you supposed to do? Like, are you okay?
No, motherfucker, you already won, dude. You already won, dude. Yo, I don't know, dude. If he's gone. If you're gonna just drop him, after you drop him, at least fake that you're like, oh shit, my bad. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
What's he gonna do? Let him down softly on the pillow or something?
Dude, he was already
gone.
Dude, he already won the fight. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to be. He didn't have to be a bitch, but he didn't have to be such a dick. You know? I'm just saying.
Okay.
Whatever. Fuck you. Nah, I don't know. I don't know. That's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I think he was. That was to me. It was the start of his. I don't know, fucking increase of assholeness. I don't fucking know, bitchness or whatever.
Yeah, just bad image. Yeah, just being the bad guy, basically, not being the little hero that everyone thought he was when he first came up and got the title shot.
Yeah. Like one thing when what's his name, when Brian Stan was fighting some dude and he knocked him out cold, he was gonna hit him again. He saw his eyes roll back, and he told the referee to stop the fight because he knew that the dude was gone. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, some people have different levels of honor, different. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? There's just certain shit that people do.
That's kind of rare, though, that happens. You know?
No, it is. It is.
It's kind of rare that someone actually stops him or asks the ref, "Hey, stop!
Hey, stop the fight because I'm beating his ass."
He knocked out.
Yeah.
Usually, someone at least gets another hit in, and then the ref stops it, or the ref doesn't stop it, because he made a bad decision. But I mean, that's rare that someone does anything like that.
I mean, and that's why, as a segue leading into Brian Stan versus Michael Bisping, that's why I'm rooting for Stan. Stan's a classy ass dude. I don't give a fuck about all that Marine shit and serving your country. I mean, that's cool and all, but it don't get no brownie points with me. You know what I'm saying? The dude seems like a classy ass dude. You know what I'm saying? He seems like a classy ass dude, and Michael Bisping's always been a dick. You know what I mean? But whatever, it is what it is.
Especially to Americans.
Yeah, right? Yeah. I mean, I don't give a... And again, dude, the one thing that pissed me off, you saw the countdown video for the Brian Stan versus Michael Bisping. They try to fucking make it the whole, the storyline of the war of 1892 or some
US
shit.
Against Canada?
Yeah, some shit. The U.S. versus Britain in Canada. You know, some shit like that. I'm like, dude, that's a bad selling.
The War of 1812.
Yeah, 1812 or some shit like that. I was like, that's bad selling, dude. I'm like, that wasn't cool. That didn't do anything for me. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of gay, to be honest with you. But, whatever. But yeah, Brian Stan.
Right, so you want to jump in then on UFC 152 with that?
Yeah, 152. Like always, we're gonna do the top three.
Yeah.
The top three, because those are they seem to be the only good matches, or not the only good matches. Let me rephrase. We're saying that the only matches that I seem to be interested in, and that you guys seem to be interested in. So, yeah, we'll start with Brian Stan versus Michael Bisping. What do you think? What do you think, JG?
I actually minus his comments about America, because I never really cared about that, and I think he made those comments actually before I really started paying attention to Michael Bisping. I like Michael Bisping's stand up. I think it's top notch, and I really think when Michael Bisping is on his A game, he has one of the best stand-ups in the UFC. I feel like if he can just keep up with that and don't let Brian Stan gain his momentum, I think that he could easily win this fight. But I feel like Michael Bisping, he gets way too cocky at times when he feels like he has a better stand-up, when he has better boxing than the other person, and then he gets hit once. It seems like all he needs to do is get rocked one time, and then the whole flow of the match just changes. So once again, I give it to Bisping. I think that if he can keep it up, he can win. Maybe not by TKO. I think he'll win by decision on this one. I think I give it to Bisping by decision.
You think so? Huh.
Mm-hmm.
I think if it goes that long, I think Stan will knock him out. I think if it goes long enough, I think
it's.
Yeah. What do you think, Siggy?
I don't know. I feel like Bisping. He has knockout power, but at the same time, I think he just gets way too cocky. So I don't think he could pull it out half the time. So I still think I'll go to decision.
Yeah.
I think if it's that long, if the fight lasts a while, then it's definitely an advantage to Stan. But I think though Bisping is going to win this fight. I really don't want him to. But I think he's just more. I think he's a well-rounded fighter. You were talking about a stand-up game. I just think that he could have beaten Sonnen the last time they fought, and maybe the cockiness is what blew that. But if I'm going to base it on what happened whenever what's his face Stan fought Sonnen, he got choked out, right, with submission, arm triangle. I don't even know what it was called, whatever happened. But I know he got out in submission, and I think Bisping could probably do the same thing to him. Now, whether he usually does that, no, but I think he could probably knock him out. I'm going to say second round.
Who?
It'll be over.
Second round?
Bisping wins.
Bisping?
Yep.
Gay. I'm going to go for the
motherfucker.
I'm going to go with the All-American.
USA. I want him to win.
Yeah. I like Brian Stan. Like I said, he's a classy dude. The shit that when I pick my fighters, when I pick the winners of these fights, I'm going more not statistically speaking, or I'm going more of like who would I
you're
root
going by
for?
your
You know
gut.
what
You're
I'm
going
saying?
by your
I
heart.
go by gut, dude. I have a
Yeah.
big ass gut, so I go by that shit. You know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah, I'm gonna go with Stan. I think Stan is gonna knock him out. I don't want to pick a fucking round. If anything, if it'll be the fucking first one. You know what I mean? In my opinion, I think they're gonna go at it. Bisping's gonna come out banging. You know what I mean? Cause Bisping ain't no pussy. I'll give him that much. Bisping ain't no pussy. Stan ain't no pussy. But Stan got that knockout power. You know what I mean? Stan's a big dude, and I think he's gonna come out. I've never seen. I'm trying to see who he lost against. Brian Stan lost against Chael Sonnen by submission. So unless
That's funny. Both of them losses
exactly
to Chael.
to the same dude, right? So I think
Yeah.
that's a great fight actually. And now I'm definitely saying that Brian Stan is gonna go in there and knock Bisping the fuck out. Those are my predictions.
Well, all right.
Those are my predictions.
So all right, so I'm Bisping. What do you got, JG?
2 for Bisbee, 1 for Stan. You know Nando has to be the swing.
All right.
Like always.
I like to swing it.
Yeah.
You got that? You got that? You see what I did there? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I saw what you did.
Yeah, I go for. I mean, yeah.
Alright.
Brian Stan. I give you that, Brian Stan. Let's see, that dude's gonna get knocked out.
I would love to see them going bang first round though.
Yeah,
I
dude.
would absolutely love it.
I think they will, though. I think they will. I think obviously Brian Stan is whatchamacallit. Wow, I can't think of the word. I think he's prepared to go to bang out and to box it out, and I think he's confident in his stand up, and I think Bisping is cocky enough to be confident in his own stand up against Brian Stan. So in theory, we should really have a nice bang out fight, unless as soon as one person gets hurt, I think they're gonna take it to the ground, or try to take it to the ground. As soon as somebody gets hurt, either they're gonna get knocked the fuck out, or they're gonna try to take the fight down. Because obviously, if you see that you're banging and you get fucking rocked, you're gonna want to take it to the ground. So
Right.
let's see what happens.
I didn't see the Stan in Sonnen fight. I don't believe, but I distinctly remember the Bisping and Sonnen fight. As we all know, Sonnen is a ground and pound master, and that's all he wanted to do. So he took Bisping clearly out of his element, and that's why he ended up winning that fight. Even though I still didn't agree with that decision, he won that fight because he took him to the ground.
And it went the distance too. So that shows right there that even with Sonnen's power and all that he can withstand it. That's why I think he's a good matchup for against Stan. I think that's why I give him the edge. I hate the motherfucker, but
I'll give him the edge because of that. Because of that fight with Sonnen.
It's going to be a good match, so I'm looking forward to that one, actually.
It should definitely be a good match. All right, so we got 2 Bisping, 1 Stan. We'll see what happens. Next fight, we got Benavidez versus Johnson. Mighty Mouse, big old ears, motherfucker. I like it. I like watching small dudes fight because it's always action packed. So I'm fucking souped as fuck for this fight. I remember the last 2 Benavidez fights with Cruz, which he lost both. But dude, they were banging. Cruz is a quick motherfucker, dude. And this dude, and Benavidez is quick, so their fights was always action packed, dude. And it was exciting. These are good matches. And I like both these dudes. I mean, in my opinion, I think they said it in the countdown. Benavidez is a finisher. He finishes dudes. Johnson, not so much. I mean, not saying that he's never finished a dude, but not as much as Benavidez. So, what do you think, JG? Who do you think? Who are you going for?
Well, both these dudes, they did lose to Cruz. I think Johnson was the only dude who had an actual title shot, and he lost that. But besides that, I think both of these guys have won pretty much all of their matches up until this point after Cruz. I probably would give the slight edge to Benavidez. I've seen him fight, and he looks much more polished to me than Johnson. Johnson is very quick and fast as well, but like you said, Benavidez is a finisher, and he looked like he had a better time against Cruz, and he had way more. I can't think of the word. Way more convincing fights that he won compared to Johnson and me. So I probably would give the slight edge to Benavidez on this one. I can't call around, but I think Benavidez will probably. I think he'll definitely win this one.
I don't see him
I think he'll go the
finishing.
distance. I agree,
Yeah.
though. Benavidez.
Yeah. I don't see him finishing.
I definitely think he.
All right, I'm gonna stop interrupting
Go
you.
ahead.
I'm gonna stop interrupting you.
Yeah, go ahead. Go
Fuck.
ahead, Figgy. You got it. You got it.
No, go ahead, Nando.
So,
Is Nando going or me? Go
are
ahead,
you?
Nando.
All I want, my only comment
Go,
was
go,
that
go.
you're right. I see this going to. I agree with you. I see this going to distance. I don't see Benavidez easily finishing him. Not that he won't finish him at all, but I don't think it's gonna come easy finishing Johnson. I just think he's too quick. But go ahead.
No, yeah, I definitely. Yeah, it should go the distance. I think if it doesn't go the distance, you're going to see one of those spectacular flying spin kicks or something that might surprise somebody, and then that'll make it to where the round will finish. But I think it's going to go the distance. I think it'll be a great, entertaining fight. It's hard to pick a winner because they're pretty much the same. So I don't know. I think I'll pick Benavidez though. I agree with JG on that.
No, you mean you motherfuckers agree
Also,
with
if
me?
if I pick the other guy,
You motherfuckers agree with
Oh,
me.
okay.
also you're the one that won.
You know what I'm
word.
saying?
All
'Cause-
right.
Nando
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah, I got it. No, but yeah, I agree. I'm definitely going. I definitely think Benavidez is going to take it for the sole fact that for the fights that I've seen Johnson, I wanted to check if he had finished anybody, but all of Johnson's fights came
Miguel
by
Torres
unanimous
was a fight that he
decision.
won pretty good.
Who?
He did beat Miguel Torres. by
Yeah, but
decision
again,
also,
but it was
yeah.
a unanimous decision. I mean, fine, they're unanimous, but at the end of the day, they're all
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
decisions. You look at Benavidez, you got
Yeah.
knockout, but you got submission, you got unanimous, then you got knockouts, unanimous, knockout,
TKO,
submissions,
you
TKO. You know, I mean, he's more of a finisher than Johnson. So I see Johnson. I see Benavidez going out there pushing the pace. And just going for the kill as fast as possible. And the fact that these two motherfuckers are so fast, you know what I mean? It should just be a nice back and forth match. You know what I'm saying? Of like cat and mouse. I'm seeing it's gonna be who slips up first. You know what I mean? I think it's gonna be because they're gonna be dipping and dodging and shit. You know what I'm saying? Unless they don't try to do that that elusive shit and just go at it. You know what I mean? And then just they like stay in the
Right.
pocket and both of them just fucking swing for the fences. So. It should be a good
Right.
fight, though.
Which they shouldn't do that though. They shouldn't do that though.
They're both
Yeah.
smart enough to not do that because I don't think that's their game. You know what I mean? They're not the bangers that it's
It's not going to be the same kind of fight that the previous one is going to be.
Yeah.
Right.
It'd be
Chris
nice.
McIntyre.
Correct myself. I forgot. Benavidez did have a title shot as well against Dominique Cruz. Actually, that's the only person we lost to was Cruz.
Yeah.
But otherwise, he's won every single
He
match.
lost to Cruz
Demetrius
twice.
Johnson also.
Yep.
Yeah, he lost to Cruz twice. One
Yep.
not for the title, one for the title. And Demetrius Johnson also had a title shot, and he lost as well to Dominique Cruz.
Yep. It was just the size
Dominique Cruz
difference.
was
You got
beast
these
in
small.
WEC.
No, I mean, yeah, but I mean, it's also the size difference. Cruz was a longer dude. He had better reach. You know what I mean? Which is the exact reason why these two dudes moved down to Phantom or Light or Feather, whatever the fuck they're at now. You know what I mean? But they moved down.
Flyweight, right?
Flyweight is it?
Yeah, what are these dudes?
Let me double check.
It doesn't
I
say.
think they're
Does it?
flyweight.
I think it's flyweight though. I agree. Whatever. Point being is that they fucking moved down. So yeah, they're at 125. So I think that's flyweight.
Yep.
Yeah, this should be an
All
awesome
right,
fight.
The main fight.
The main
Which one, the
fight.
main one?
Yeah, Jones versus fucking
Well,
Belfort.
I want to talk.
Oh, what?
Who do you think then, JG? Because you mentioned it earlier. Who do you think should have been in this fight then?
Because I don't agree that Belfort should be the guy.
Man, like it's really hard. I was thinking long and hard about who could really like step up against Jones, who would be 100%, and it would really be no one. No one in the light heavyweight division right now at this point who actually deserves a title shot could just step up and face Jones right now. Everyone has had a fight at least within the last 2 UFC events, so he literally had no one to fight. And this is the dilemma that Dana White came to. I understand why he made his decision. I still felt like it was wrong, but I think that's why he ultimately just canceled it, because there was no one to fight Jones at all. I don't even think Belfort was 100%. I don't think he would have been 100% for 151. I think he still needed a bit of time too. So, really no one. I really could think of no one who could just step up and face him. They should have just gave him Chael Sonnen. Fuck it, let him fight. Even though Chael Sonnen got his ass whooped, let him fight.
I guess Shogun would be the only one I could think of. I obviously wouldn't be for 151 because he fought the previous month also. But
if it's now that it's been this long to set up something, I think Shogun 2 would have been a better card or a better match than what's his face right now.
And the reason why I say that is because at least the first fight when they fought, it lasted 3 rounds and it was pretty close.
You know, obviously Jones beat it out at the end, but I think a part 2 of that would have been a better headliner, I think, honestly, in my opinion. But, I mean,
they should have given him Matt Hamill,
it's
dude.
been so long.
They should have given him Matt Hamill, dude.
You think Matt Hamill?
Not for no reason in particular, only because that's his only loss. You know what I mean? Even though it was just a DQ, but it's still his only loss. Either way, dude, I mean...
Sure,
that's a good point.
I guess out of anybody, yeah, they could have. They could have given him Matt Hamill.
But truth is, Hamill probably wouldn't want it. That's where we're at. Nobody wanted to take the fight, you know, and that's where what's his face?
Well, there were a couple that did, but he didn't want to lose to them. Yeah.
Well, supposedly there was nobody.
What's Matt Hamill been doing?
I heard it was nobody.
I didn't think anyone else stepped up. It was just Sonnen, right, who physically said, I want the fight. Because, they were just going to give him Machida, but they realized, okay, Machida's clearly not ready. So, Sonnen was the only one. Nobody else.
You know what's funny is he's in this card, too, and he hasn't fought in a long time.
Right.
It is pretty interesting you bring that name, because now that he is ready to fight again, he's going to be in the card where it should. You're right. I think maybe he should have been fighting this one.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's a
hell yeah.
That victory,
that's a
that would have
great
been a good one, actually.
Yeah. I'm about to say, what about Vera?
Fuck Vera.
What about Vera coming back?
Pussy ass motherfucker.
It was the same situation though, since they all fought in the same card. Yeah. They just didn't want to give them any of them because they're not 100%. But maybe Vera, maybe the fan favorite of who they wanted to be the number one contender.
Yeah, Shogun.
yeah, they were going to give him Vera even though he lost. Yeah. They could have given him Vera.
We were talking about that. Isn't it funny though? It was funny that our last, UFC thing, we were talking about, Vera and Shogun, and how we thought that if it was the Shogun should have gotten the opportunity of Machida, since Machida had the fight, it should be Machida. But then we found out Machida wasn't ready or whatever. It should have been Shogun. That's the reason why I was saying Shogun. But if everybody wanted what's his name so badly, we should have let Vera do it and see what happens. Everybody would have got what they wanted. UFC can say face for the whole cancellation of 151, give him the people's choice or whatever, and see what happens. And of course, he would have got destroyed by Jones, and then everybody would be like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, exactly. Vera would have gotten destroyed again.
Everybody else.
No, fuck that. Vera would have gotten destroyed. I have no faith in that motherfucker no more. Fuck him. Bitch ass motherfucker. You the fake. You ain't the truth. You the fake. You the false. Fuck.
Oh man.
Nah.
Alright, so let's get down to business here. So do you think there's a chance in hell that he has against Jones? I doubt it. I don't think he has a
Belfort?
chance.
I think he has a chance.
No.
You don't think he has a chance?
Yeah.
I think he has a chance. I don't think he's going to win. But I think he has a chance. I think there's a chance in there. I think his speed and his strength may finally get the best of Jones. I think that if he attacks relentlessly, you know what I'm saying, and just goes balls to the wall, I mean, either do or die, either he's going to get knocked the fuck out or he's going to knock out Jones. I think he could do it. But what happens is you get in front of Jones, and it's like the same shit that happens when people fight Silva. They get scared. They get timid. You know what I'm saying? And they don't want to fucking... They don't want to just attack. You know what I'm saying? They want to think about it. They want to strategize. With Jones, dude, either you got to go in, balls to the wall, and just try to knock him the fuck out. You know what I mean? Or get him to the point that you have him flustered so you can try to submit him or something. But if you're going to sit there and try to strategize, well, then Jones is just going to do the same thing. And we all know that Jones is a smart-ass fighter. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to pick you apart. He's going to wait till he finds your weak spot, and he's going to pick you apart. Just like he did to Machida in the second round. Bam!
Yeah.
Fuck y'all.
Man, the thing is though, is that every time he goes to a big fight, he loses. Back whenever he was in his prime and was trying to kick everyone's ass, and when he was champ at one point, He got his ass kicked by Liddell, got his ass kicked by Couture, got his ass kicked by Henderson, got his ass kicked by Silva, got his ass kicked by Tito Ortiz. He never was able to beat, he was never able to win that big fight. And now you're expecting him to try to win a big fight.
I was like, wait a minute.
Past his prime? No, I'm talking about Belfort. No, I'm talking about Belfort. Yeah. So now you actually expect him to actually beat Jones in his prime whenever he's out of his prime? There's no way. That's why I think Jones is going to knock the shit out of him and not even make close. In fact, I'm going to say this one first round, just so everybody can shut up about him backing off of 151. I think Jones is going to smoke him and prove a point. No showboating in this
first
one.
round. I don't think so. I don't think first round.
He's
Not at all. At least second.
First round. It's going to be one of those, like, what's that one guy that knocked that guy on, like, 9 seconds? It's going to be one of those kind of fights.
I don't know
Man,
about
you
that.
bugging.
I don't know
That's what
that.
you want to see. You bugging on that one.
Yeah, dude.
Never
I don't think
Jones would do
Belfort's
that.
going to show up. I don't think
he's going to come at him.
I really don't.
I don't think he's going to come at him at all. I think he's going to get frustrated, just like we saw Bader do in the second round against Machida. And you see what he did when he got frustrated. He went head first and got knocked the fuck out. So I highly doubt that Belfort is going to do that. I think he's going to let Jones analyze him.
No.
Jones is going to be like a damn machine, like he always is. He's going to play with him, use his reach. He's going to keep him away the first round. Second round, he's going to fill Belfort out some more. As soon as Belfort gets frustrated and comes at him, he's going to do his magic and going to knock his ass out, at least second or third round.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, I just think though it's not going to be close. To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if first round. It probably won't be, not likely since he's a pretty big dude. But I don't know. I just think Jones is going to smoke him.
I thought Belfort was such a
think
big dude. I thought Victor was such a big dude, and then I saw them at the press conference. And Jones is a tall, big motherfucker, dude. I thought they were at least, you know what I'm saying, almost the same. But Jones is big, dude. He looks just so small, but he is in fullness a big dude. Yeah, Jones is big.
Yeah, 6'4" with a 84. What is it, 84.5-inch reach?
Some shit.
Yeah,
this tall, lanky ass dude.
Only six even.
He's 6 even. 6 even with 74.
Yeah.
Inch reach.
I'm telling you, man, Jones is gonna crush him. We'll see though.
Fucking monster,
we'll
man.
See.
Yeah, we'll see. It's going to be interesting though, but I don't think it's going to be too entertaining. I think just like you said, Vitor does not stand a chance.
Huh.
So all three of us saying Jones, or you going to go Nando and go against the grind here?
No, I don't think Jones is going to lose to this motherfucker, but...
It's
You're living in the past,
right?
This is just like when we picked, analyzed the Tito when he, fought not too long ago. They're all past their prime. This guy is past his prime. All of them should get together and make an Expendables type of movie. The ultimate Expendables, because it's done.
That'd be awesome, dude. No, but yeah, I guess, yeah, dude. I'm gonna have to go obviously with Jones because fuck, he's like a machine, dude. Which it's fucking whack, but it is what it is. He is what he is. Yeah, I might have to go with Jones.
Alrighty.
I just hope, I don't give a fuck who wins because I can care less about either of them. I'm not big fans of neither, but I just hope it's an exciting fight, not some bullshit fight. You know what I mean? I just hope that, it lasts at least 2 rounds. At least 2 rounds. At least. Now
that we've broken down the fight, I'm a little bit more excited about it. Some of these names just aren't your household names, but we got to get used to that because all the guys are, the real names that we remember when we were kids are starting, or not kids, but, young adults are starting to get out of here. So we got to get used to seeing the Joneses of the world and the Benavides of the world.
Indeed,
like, who the hell's that guy again?
The other two fights, the other 2 fights in the main card: Cub Swanson versus Charles Oliveira. Oliveira? Whatever. Let's call it Oliveira. I don't know Charles off the top, but Cub Swanson, he could bang. You know what I mean? I give him his due. And then the other one is Matt Hamill, which is funny. As we said earlier, Jones is only lost by DQ versus Roger Harlett, which I have no idea who that is. But I'm not really excited.
Both of them are coming off a long time off. Yeah, that fight's going to be more of a this is a next step to coming back to UFC.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
this is like that's the
So whoever wins that
fight.
fight, I think Hamill has the experience. Yeah. I give Hamill the edge on that, but just from experience of all the guys he's fought.
Yeah, last time Hamill
Yeah, I would
fought.
have to agree.
Last time Hamill fought, he lost to. Oh no, never mind.
He lost his last two fights and pretty much
No, he
retired, right?
He did. Last time he fought was 2011, August 2011. So not that long ago, only a year. About a year ago.
Hollett also hasn't fought since 2011 too, so both of them are coming off of long layoffs.
These dudes be taking off a year and shit like that. What, you ain't got no need for money? You ain't need to work? Shit. Fuck.
Well, he's Canadian. He has the exchange is a little bit different up there.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is.
They got that free Medicare. There you go.
There you go. That's funny. But
Alrighty, fellas.
you guys have been
Yeah,
watching?
That's pretty much it. Mm,
You guys been
that's
watching
it.
The Ultimate Fighter with Shane Carwin and Big Country?
I have it recorded. I just haven't caught up to it yet.
Same.
Haven't caught up to it.
I
I
have
want it. I
not.
hope
I haven't seen it either. I gotta watch it.
Carwin.
Don't be
Yeah,
talking
I
about
gotta,
Big
I gotta
Country.
catch it.
Don't
I
be
know,
talking
I know
about
you like him.
That's my role model, son.
He did good in his last fight too.
Are you
hear
getting
some weird
are you
noise
getting
right now
yelled
when you
at
get
by
there.
the wife? Is that what happened, Siggy? Is the wife yelling at you to get off?
No.
Yeah, okay. I see you
Nah.
looking like this. Don't
I
hit
wanna
me.
watch
Don't hit
football.
me. Huh?
No, I'm watching football. No, the dog was barking earlier, and it was barking at the next door neighbors, and she's like, "Yeah, you gotta take a look at that." I want to watch the Giants game. That's what I want to watch.
There it is. Oh, I'm sorry. Fuck you and well no. How's Eli doing? Anyways, that's what it is.
He's
Leave your
doing
comments. Leave your comments, your predictions, your thoughts. These are our thoughts. Show some love, fuckers. Word.
Peace.
Later.
See ya.
Where the fuck's the stop button?
Cancel the stream.